who's next?
Anyways, on to more Gloomspite Gits. We're gonna go with
Yes.
Mark Murphy.
Mark Murphy. Mark and I
got, Mark?
played, had a fun time with this one. So I can run through Mark's list, because
Yeah,
I
do
have
it
some
too.
intimate familiarity with it. So I like the name for this one. Mark gave them Trug Nuts, which is amazing,
Very
Yeah.
good.
as a
Yeah,
start.
Very good. That is like a
Love a
golf
truck
clap.
nut joke. Yep.
Yeah.
How do we get some
Yeah.
ASL truck nuts?
Truck
We
nuts.
can call them truck nuts.
Yeah.
Jump
Yeah,
on
I
that
mean,
marketing.
we just need that for generating rubber, in case they get damaged down the road.
Love it.
Oh my God. All right. So this was a 2-drop. And Mark was running the Trog Herd. So extra good for the trolls, regeneration, all that. Spell Lord of the Calamity Dank, Manifestation Lord, Dank Manifestation. And he had kind of a two-direction thing going on. And the General's Regiment, he had Scragrot. And he had 2 units of like mid-size Boingrot Bounders. And a reinforced unit of Squig Herd and the Squig Bosch with Nash's Squig. And the other regiment, he had Trug and 2 units of reinforced Rock Guts. So it was like Rock Guts on the one hand, Big Anvil, Big Trug, and then Bounders and Squigs you kind of don't want to ignore on the other with,
Makes sense.
Scragrat there. Yeah, it was pretty cool because it definitely had mobility and all that, and there were scary things to deal with. I was fortunate enough to be able to shoot a lot of the things that were fast and boingy, and then kind of isolate the trogs and deal with them in my own way, which was helpful. But it's a cool list concept. I think the only challenge it has is the Gloomspite challenge, right? Of being in multiple directions, but you just cannot ignore how scary any of the squigs can become with that Nash's squig boss. Because he can give them either a crazy amount of movement, or which is all you need sometimes, or crit mortals. And I feared it. Like the first thing I did was I looked at that giant pack of like squig herd, and I wanted it nowhere near me.
Yep.
Nowhere near
Makes
me.
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm guessing Skagrot stayed with the Trogs.
Yeah, he did. He was hanging out in the back. I mean, he got a little isolated. I took a couple shots at him because they moved Trug and the trolls up, a little aggressively. But at the end of the day, I got some charges off with like the Splinter Bomb of Exalteds and the Chaos Warriors to kind of get into the back objective, and he was hounded down by Exalteds.
Oh, that list is crazy, Jack.
This list would struggle from all the craziness you're dishing out.
And like it wants to be in 2 blobs, right? So like you're kind of at the mercy. He's kind of at the mercy of your board control.
Oh yeah.
I do like the 1-2 punch though. The one thing that like always concerns me, and I've built like so many different iterations of this list because I love my Gloomspite. But like the one thing that concerns me about it is like with the Bounders going down in saves and like the Squig Herd losing like the insane like blobality that they used to have. Like they're still scary, but they're not as scary as they used to be in 3rd, and they're not as survivable as they used to be in 3rd.
Yeah, because you're thinking of the 36 packs, right? When you could double reinforce.
Yeah. So like the 1-2 punch doesn't work very well with squigs anymore because they can't hold the distance that it takes for the trogs to get there, right? So like there's a little bit of like you can't pin anybody down with that first wave, which is interesting. Like I almost feel like they have to be used as a scalpel, which then that means you're like leaning into a totally different style of play. At least when I look at it. That's how I look at the list. I'm sure like like Mark knows what he's doing with this. So
yeah, it was cool, and it was really fun to kind of see like all the zaniest and neatest parts of the book, I thought, because I love the squigs and the trogs together. I liked it in concept because I just feel like you can't, especially in the new book, fail to give respect to the Bounders and the herd because of that volume of attacks, of that potential mortal woundage, and the crit on the mortal wounds on charge for the Bounders, right? If you just like ignore one of them, they're so fast, especially if they're in the right phase of the moon, but they can just take the 4 instead of the roll.
Well, and the fact
They're
that they're back
yeah,
to per model is just amazing. Like I would never have expected that.
yeah.
So like it's super cool to see that.
It was neat, and like we all know them and love them with like the Rocco Tragas. Like they're not hard to figure out what they do, but they're very hard to counter because they throw rocks, which are giant rocks, and they
Mhm.
Yeah.
sometimes never die. And if they get their awards and they hit you with their big clubs, you die, and you
Yep.
always have to plan around it,
No
even if
thought,
like
only
you
Trog.
have the math. Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I
that
love
was
this
fun.
list.
It was a great game,
Mhm.
Mark. Thanks again.
All right, we got Gareth,
All right, Skaven
Gareth
again.
Rats.
Walker, all the rats. Who's got this one? Is it Rocco? I
I
think
could
it's
do this
Rocco's
one.
turn.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Might even do a Skaven voice. Let's do it here. Now, what the hell Screech meant? Who the fuck knows? But he has made on the other side, you know. He was an original. We have a Skaven Warp Cog convocation here from Mr.
Hmm.
Gareth Walker, bringing in their Lore of Ruin, Noxious Prayers, and Forbidden Power, which just seems to be in almost every list at this point. We've got another Lord Screech Vermin King being the General's Regiment, with a unit of Clan Rats as a screen, a Death Master, a reinforced unit of Night Runners, and everyone's favorite, the Rattling Guns, reinforced as
Hmm.
well.
Boom, boom.
Regiment 2. Don't worry, the Vermin Lord Deceiver is back again with Foulhide
Nice.
and Scurry Away, with two more min-sized Clan Rat units.
I just gotta say, I love the inclusion in the skill list we've seen of the Verminlord Deceiver because he just embodies like the idea of what you want the ultimate Eshin assassin to do, right? He
Yeah.
Oh
poofs
yeah.
Mhm.
away, he throws
100%.
like a shrieking that should be in Crawl, that old 80s fantasy movie. Like
Mm.
it's good at many levels.
Well,
So
You guys
this
and
is
you
like,
guys know
just
that
like
one?
the other list, but instead of Storm Fiends, they have Night Runners and Rattling Guns.
and
Yeah.
that's,
You,
sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
you go ahead, Matt. You go ahead.
The thing about, and I know I'm gonna gush over the Vermin Lord Deceiver again,
Oh, please.
but like the thing about him is he's so much more dependable now. You're
Mm.
not reliant on crits to do your damage. Like you
Oh.
can do damage, like even better damage with the warp
Mm.
stiletto now with crit mortals, but like he's Ren 3. Like it's
Mm.
it's ridiculous the weight of attacks. And the man, one of the other like crazy thing is like he's actually helping Eshin now instead of just kind of being like this weird shoe in to get a bonus for him to kill an enemy
Yeah.
hero, right?
Yeah.
Like the
That's
fact
good.
that he can like he can use the he forces the redeploy on those night runners to a 4, which means you've got a
Yeah.
guaranteed like knowledge of what you're going to do. And the night
Mm-hmm.
runners themselves are actually like decent tar pits that throw
Okay.
mortals
Good shooting
in
attack too.
combat. Yeah,
Yeah.
fairly decent. I mean, it's 10 inches, which is cool because that means if you are going to use the gnaw holes,
Mm-hmm.
right,
They
9 inches
can
away you can still shoot, right?
go. Yeah.
Because their bases are still, I think they're still 25 mils, if I remember
Yes.
correctly,
Yes, they should be.
and they have the easiest. If you were to split them up, actually, they have one of the easiest ways of getting flanks early on in the game, which
Mm-hmm.
is that normal move ability. And they got a
Yeah.
7 inch move, so that's like 14 inches on your
Mm-hmm.
first turn if you're going first.
Wonder if that's what the
Um,
Death Master would be for too. So then the Night Runners go one way, that goes the other.
Possibly the
Or
Death
does
Master
it
is
power pair with the Night Runners these days? It's been a while since I've seen a Death Master in the wild.
They're
so
very good.
Death Master is
Glad to
really
hear it.
cool. It's
Actually needs some
because
love.
he's incredibly hard to kill, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
still kind of like depending on crits, so he's not like the best killer. So if you're trying to rely
Okay.
on him to kill an enemy character, you're kind of up shit creek, even though he's
Mm-hmm.
Ren 2. Like it's kind of gonna be easy to
Oh, is he
mitigate
like
in a
fours
lot
and
of those
fours
matchups.
and
Threes and fours. So it's
okay.
he's got human stats, right? Um, but the cool thing that he does is he allows all friendly Eshin to shoot and charge after they've run. So now
Nice.
you've got like a super fast army. And I think Eshin lists are kind of available now because that
Oh
even
yeah.
works with big old Vermin Lord Deceiver, right? So
Yeah.
maybe eventually I'll put my Eshin, oops, all Eshin back on the table. But like I really, oh, and sorry, one more thing. The thing that makes him super good is only 5s and 6s hit him
Yeah, that's
for
real
any
fun.
attacks,
Oh, yeah, there
right?
you go. Okay.
So like that
Yeah.
makes him incredibly strong. He's finally at the points level where like it mitigates the fact that he's only relying on 6s for like
He's not
really
as
early start
killy.
combat,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I get
Um,
it. I see it.
but
I
yeah.
see it.
I like that he brings the hustle to the big ninja. That's
Mhm.
Well, and
fun.
the great thing about this list too is once again we've got a field sergeant that's throwing these night runners to 9-inch movement,
Yeah.
Deathmaster to 9-inch movement,
Yeah.
um,
Run and
and
shoot.
run
Got
and shoot, run
Night
and
Runners are
charge,
2
whatever
shots
they want to do.
per. That's
Yep.
Hmm.
what, 40, 80 shots or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Something silly.
Yeah. So I really like this block. I think Gareth, you finally convinced me to just pull out my Oops All Ashen.
And again, rattling guns are there.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes I just have to
hitting
talk
all the
through the
spots.
lovely combos. I
Hmm.
do like that you're still doing the big old blobs, though. The stupid clan rats.
Hmm.
Uh,
So
uh,
good. So
And
very,
good right now.
also,
very fun
sorry if
buffs.
you weren't expecting a Skaven voice, but I hope your ears are all right. But
I
I couldn't
appreciate
not
it.
do it.
It was good. It was good.
And so, one of the cool things here, though, is Screech being able to pull off the prayers, if I remember correctly. So he's got
I believe so.
a lot of like tech in this too, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Um, Forbidden Power again, yeah, is
Yeah.
this is a good
Good
solid
list.
list.
Good
Yeah,
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
I'm kind of scared of this.
Hmm. I don't think
Also
we've really
inspired.
had a bad list yet either. Like not even the one for fun was the Slanesh one that was a bajillion attacks.
Just wait till you get to mine. Don't worry, I got you covered.
All right.
And then we got Nicolas Paperazzi.
Some
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Sylvaneth.
I said that correctly. I gave it some flair.
Yep. All
So I can
right.
be spectacularly
Drop.
wrong if I want to. Um, I guess I'll take this one.
Please.
We got Outcasts,
Some
which are super good for being mean. I'll pull up the rules for it again. It's been a little while since I've looked at it. Another morbid conjuration with Lore of the
Okay.
Deepwood. I don't know why we ever talk about spell lores because they're always the same in each
Yeah,
one.
they're always
Not
it's
with
whatever.
Zinch.
Not with
Oh,
Siege,
fair,
that's true.
fair, fair.
General's Regiment has got the Warsong Revenant with Spellsinger and Seed of Rebirth. So we knew he's going to be leaning into those bombs. Um, Kurnoth
Outcast is
Hunters.
bonus control, by the way, to units in
Thank you.
combat.
That's what it is. Um, Kurnoth Hunters with great swords reinforced. So big block of fuck you.
Hmm.
We got Belthanos to help with the big block of fuck you.
We love Belthanos.
Mm-hmm.
Gossamids.
2 units of Gossamids, which I'm sold on them now that they're 120.
Very good.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Branch Witch, Tree Revs. So we got a little bit of I believe it's Strikes Last that they can throw out with the Branch Witch now, right?
Mm-hmm.
We love that
Hmm.
here. We love that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Arch Revenant for both of the Kurnoth Hunters, but we've got Scythes for the second unit that's going to be in here for it's a reinforced unit of Kurnoth Scythes. And
I'm
then
Sides
an
are
okay with that.
empty
terrifying.
and then
Yeah.
an empty regiment. I love that he has an empty regiment.
Hmm.
He's really
Really a three drop.
just
Yeah.
spiting
Yep.
us
Nope,
with
no
the
really
amount
for.
of terror in the woods that we don't know about.
Yeah.
There's a
That's the
local guy
unknown.
that plays a list very similar to this, and
Yeah.
I've played against this list before. It's very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give it some love. What do you think is the most terrifying thing about it?
It's a mobile debuffing bubble. The War Song will
Mhm.
give you you know, buffs and debuffs. He's gonna
Yeah.
play kind of center control board like Death Starry.
Mhm.
Gossman's, of course, are gonna come out and play the flanks for tactics. Tree Ravs are gonna teleport out. Belthnos can just do Belthnos things.
Mhm.
I like Belthanos in lists where it's not bunch of big monsters,
Mm-hmm.
because you need to strike first.
Yeah.
You don't want to strike with multiple units and just have like, okay, I'm gonna go with this unit. It's like, okay, well, all my attacks are gonna go against the other one now. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, just go one at a time. Belthanos can then power throughout and do his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 Kurnoth is a lot of Kurnoth.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh no, this is only 12 Kurnoth.
Yeah.
Um,
That's about the right amount of current off.
Your
Still a
previous
my
lot.
only
statement still
critique,
stands, though. 18 is a lot of Kurnoth.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But
my preference would be one of those to be Bow Kurnoth,
Mm.
but I understand. This
I
is a
go
very
back
good
and
list.
forth on bows, man. I don't know.
This
I
I
is
like
very
see.
them,
good.
but
Yeah,
yeah, I
Kurnoth
have
with
I have 6 of them.
Kurnoth with
I'm with
bows,
you.
just one big block are terrifying, especially if you're playing like a small
Mm-hmm.
hero list or anything
Mm-hmm.
like that, right? Like
Yeah.
Jack's list would absolutely hate
Mm.
uh six bows.
Oh, no doubt.
Also, as a fun shout out to the war song, it's one of the few things that has +1 unbinding and banishment rolls still.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
I
very
think,
good model.
and
Yeah.
this is like I bet I'm just gonna hazard a guess that this is a very technically played list. Like
Oh yeah,
everything is planned out in advance because we have one unit of tree revs to just capture an objective
Mm-hmm.
in the back and
Yep.
take their land. Right, that's all that's there for in this list, and it's archers, like you were saying, off to the side. Belthanos is going to go ahead and flip to grab an objective after the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very, very well thought out list. It's very
Yeah.
I
cool.
like it.
Well done,
Yeah.
Nicholas.
Real cool, Nicholas. All
Mhm.
right, what do we got next, guys? Powering through.
Mm.
Ba, ba, ba,
Another
ba.
gets.
More
Bradford.
gets
And a
Bradford.
very close game as
My
well,
gets
40 to 38.
nemesis Bradford.
All right.
Um, all right. Who wants to take this one? Is it
Let's see.
me?
I can.
Or
You want
whose
to go or
turn?
should I go? Is it whose turn is it?
I think
I
it's
Somebody
lost
Alex's.
list.
track.
Alex,
I
if
can
you
go.
want.
I know this list very well.
Okay. Hit it up.
This is Bradford. Bradford's a local guy, good friend of mine, newer Sigmar player,
Okay. Shout
very
out
good
Very
Bradford
good
footy
on the
player.
win.
player,
Yeah.
coming over. So, good guy,
Hmm.
amazing guy. Hope you get to play him. He's just a great dude.
He's too much fun.
Trogard, Lower Clammy Dank Manifestations. Don't overlook these. That moon is very good.
Mm-hmm.
They're all pretty good. This is one
Mm-hmm.
of the few armies that have faction in the spells that are just phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um, he has Big Trug himself, the Goblin
Hmm.
Palooza for all the debuffs,
Love it.
Big Trolls, Snarlfang
Hmm.
Riders for objectives, Cave Shaman, the plus with the extra cast, Bounders, Reinforced Bounders, and Bounders.
So many
This,
bounders.
yeah,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
this
a
is.
list that is going to put 12 Trogs in the middle, and a lot of Bounders on the flanks. And
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
sometimes, I think we've all had this experience for better or for worse. Sometimes 12 trolls do 12 troll things, and you're just not going to win
Yes.
those games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's almost like the durable regenerative flesh version of the old Night Haunt, where like, does my opponent
Yeah.
roll lots of force?
Hmm.
Good game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and the bounders are the secret sauce of this. Like you think, oh, I'm going to take these bounders out, but like to our previous talk, there, it's like we don't want to let any of them go
Yeah.
because they're quick enough that they can do objective grabbing. They have
They're
enough
very good.
damage on the charge. This is more of like the anvil and the hammer if it wants to be kind of list.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And I think I played this exact list. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in our last game, which thank you, Bradford. He was so sick, but still a delight. And it's a scary list. It's very scary.
It is.
Bounders for 120, like they're undercosted in my opinion. They punch way above their hit class. Sometimes 120 point squatted bounders will beat out, five random horses or whatever it is your opponent's
Mhm.
flank unit is. Like for like objective grabbing flank units, they are on the upper tier.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
strong enough to win most of those matchups. I totally agree.
I
And even
think.
like the recursion, you bring back a dead unit of five, you still got three. Three is not ignorable.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we do move back to a shooting meta, their value goes down quite a bit. Like the if we had a predominance of like KO and Lumineth and you know if just a city shooting army will absolutely murder those bounders,
Mm-hmm.
um, which
Okay.
is it's that's kind of their own only weak thing. Like I was saying earlier, it's like they just don't have the staying power that they used to. So the speed helps. I think right now they're super good for 120. They're
Oh yeah.
like unreasonably good for 120. But if we start seeing a bunch of shooting come back into the meta,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would put them. I would say they're worth it for 120
I
if it's
mean,
a shooting heavy meta.
even with some shooting, it kind of forces your hand to.
Hmm. Yeah, they definitely would mess with your target priority, which is kind of what they're supposed to do,
Oh
right?
yeah. 100%.
So like it's perfect for that. But yeah, definitely a awesome list and great game that I had against you, Robert.
There you go.
Oh no, more lizard wizards. What we got, Michael Bernstein?
Bernie.
Who's got this
Great,
one?
great list name.
Um,
I
I
can
think it's
speak to
Jack.
this again if you want.
Oh, you got it,
I'm very
Alex. Go
familiar with
ahead.
this list.
only because I think
I know
I'm
a lot of these
next.
guys. This guy's my teammate.
Well, there you go.
This is Bernie.
Hi,
Henry
Bernie.
Cavalry. I like it. Good, solid list name.
Very solid list
Uh,
name.
this is your stereotypical cookie cutter, Slan Star Master, Skink Star Seer, list with two hammers and then just Raptidon Chargers for the flanks. Very solid. Has the Bastille. So you got the standard Star Master with Kotal's Familiar,
Mm-hmm.
Reinforced Lancers, Bastille, Dart Pipe, dart pipes, bolas for the objectives and
Okay.
playing the tactics. Then we have the reinforce. Then you have the Skink Star Steer with the Beastmaster, double wrapped on Chargers, double wrapped on Chargers. Those are the both the melee ones. And then you have the Skinks. Um, yep, very solid in your face list.
There you go.
Pretty good. Bernie's a very good player too.
All
It will make a lot of people sad.
Yeah.
All right. Rocco,
right. That's
you wanna
me.
explain yourself, Rocco?
Yes, the world according to Shelley, my beloved turtle. This is pretty much the exact same list I ran last RTT for us. One difference is I went Primal Energy. Um, and I did get my game in today. So I can even talk about the next list that's going. But yeah, no, just a Deepkin list of Killing Beastmasters for the +1 to hit on the mounts there. Went with an Eidolon of the Sea, our caster. It's got the Ancient Pride and the Armor of the Sethai, so no weapon abilities besides companion weapons, and can only hit me on a 4-up. Two min units of a Chilean Guard to give out that lovely, lovely -1 attack debuff, and if they charge in, they also get their ward. A big reinforced unit of Morrsar Guard to be zappy. Rounds out that one regiment. All my eels in one thing, just so I can remember they're all in one thing. Really, I should move my turtle over there to give it prize war beast maybe, but I like buffing my Morrsar. My second regiment is an Achillean King with an Alopex. Those two lovely, lovely units are my battle tactic go-getters. Sent off to a flank and have a good time. I even teleported the king off today to go steal some land from somebody, take some trees. A unit of 10 Reavers because I need a little bit of volume of shooting and they're good screens. And to wrap it all up, a big old turtle in my Achillean Leviathan.
I
Um,
love that model.
I do too.
Yeah.
She does enough. You know, we got the ward save bubble off of her. We got some good anti-monster shooting. We've got some good melee. It's crit mortals on it.
I love that she's good again because
Yeah.
there was a long period last edition where it was just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also love that she's not crazy like she was at the beginning of third when we were in the realm
Mm-hmm.
of beasts. When
Yep.
that was just
Yep.
insane.
It
So
was.
she's just in a good spot. Good
Yeah.
job, Shelly.
And again, 490 points at that feels right for all the stuff she
Mm-hmm.
does.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, and again, nice two drop list. Go in, hit hard. My go turns around three for my always strikes first stuff. But besides that, eels are just fast.
Yeah. Solid, Rocco.
Too fast.
Yeah.
Too
And
fast.
yes.
You
And
played
then
Scott.
Scott, I did play Scott, who's a local TO to me. This is actually great that I actually got to go and play him. We just wrapped
Yay.
up our game before this recording. I didn't think I was going to be free to record tonight, but it went. Uh, Ended
One
up
could say
winning.
swimmingly. Ha
It did go swimmingly.
ha.
Uh,
Ah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Not
So,
have to be salty after that pun. Scott has brought the list slaughter. Lovely two drop Daughters of Cain with the Scathe Coven.
mhm.
Going to just empower all the snake ladies and the harpies but going into the list, the general's regiment is Marathi Kane herself. With the Shadow Queen, we've got a unit of Doomfire Warlocks casting Doom. A unit of Canine Shadow Stalkers to teleport around and hold objectives. A Melusai Iron Scale with Zealous Orator and Sevenfold Shadow for the once per game teleport and the extra rally dice.
Mhm.
And also was made the sergeant to give extra movement on all the infantry. So those snakes were fast.
Yep. 10-inch
Re-
movement changes them dramatically.
and there was
Um,
some run and charge, bubble shenaniganry. There's a whole bunch of stuff going here. As well as the next regiment was a Blood Rack Medusa with two units of Blood Sisters of the Stabby Snake variety, and then a unit of Kinnerai Heartrenders, the shooty harpies there coming
mhm.
down from the sky. And
Yep.
yeah, Forbidden Power, the manifestation lore. He went to full send it, did not land the charge with the Shadow Queen or one of the
uh-oh.
Block's sisters, and then I had bottom of turn, and then I doubled.
That would do it. Yeah. I don't I don't care how good they get. They're still going to be playing on a
No,
knife's edge, which
no, it
is perfect for Daughters of Cain.
There's a few things they have that can go for now that with they got sneaky
it did.
upgrades in the last update with how things changed with what units can go in what regiments.
Hmm.
Can now take the Slaughter Queen on Cauldron.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can now take different things. Uh, Low key, the Daughters of Cain manifestation lore is another one that's very good. The Heart of Fury, the
Yeah.
-1 to wound 12
Very
inch bubble,
very
Yeah.
very
good.
good.
Yeah. It's a bacon saving, one could say.
I
The
agree.
It
the
was
That
good
Snick
before all these
too,
points drops.
good.
I will say Scott scared me with the bridge, and I couldn't get countercast a spell to stop him from getting over that. I was going for the burning head. And our
Mhm.
first turn, we each rolled the same for casting and unbinding rolls. It was a fun game, but yeah, no, it was very much knife's edge because he is just as skilly as I am.
Yeah. And almost like interruptive killy too. So if
Yes.
he's got a bunch of charges off on you, like there's not
Mhm.
much you can do but just sit
Yeah.
there.
Gets an
Because it
always strikes last, which he rolls an eight or higher, I believe.
no,
Yep.
Or
he
is it a
has
nine?
strikes
What is it?
first, which means
Sorry,
that's
yeah,
even better, right?
yes,
So
because he could
um
also put an always strikes last on me from the other snakes. That was it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it and I think does Marathi still have the +1 to cast?
Yes.
So
Yes.
she's the only actual reliable dealer of Mind Razor,
Mm-hmm.
which changes them from a very good combat unit to feeling busted when you're getting hit by one with Mind Razor and the other just normal. Um,
Yep.
because it's still a ridiculously high cast, which it deserves to be. It's just an
Yeah.
insanely good spell.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I like this list.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the Bloodrack Medusa is not to be slept on either because she
Oh
also
no.
pops a fight as well as being a horde clearer. So yeah,
We
it's a good
love her
solid list.
shooting. Yeah.
I mean, you know me, I'm never going to do the Marathi, but that's why I
Yeah.
never get off Mind Razor and why I don't play them very much right now. So good
Yeah. Yeah.
on you, Scott. I like it.
Good on you, Scott. Uh-oh.
Alex,
This is why
talk
we had
to
to
us
talk
about
about
your
two spell lores,
madness.
eh?
Yes, sir. Note the good
Oh,
list name is just called Bird. Um,
beard,
Mhm.
Bird.
beard.
This
Beard.
is your stereotypical double bird 60 horrors list. It is
Yeah.
very unfun to play against.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It is, that's the
You're
best way to
honest.
describe it. Yeah, it's I I told myself I played a meme army last tournament, so this one I'm gonna do a serious one.
Fair
So
enough.
this is Disciples of Zinj, Weird Flame. So I
Hmm.
can burn units, or units that are burning from the Weird Flame get -1 to wound.
Yep.
Um, very good.
I'm
Very,
very
very
scared
good.
of this army as an elf player right now, let me tell
And
you.
burning, if everyone,
Mhm.
for the listeners that don't know, at the end of every turn, uh, burning units take D3 mortals,
Yep.
and it's every unit,
Super
which
gross.
is a
Mm.
lot. It adds up very quickly.
Hmm.
I had Lord Change, so it has a teleport. It also has a cheeky interaction with the Chaos Spawn. I can do damage to a spell. It's like Transfiguration. I forget the actual name of it. I just call it Spawn spell.
Yeah,
Um,
the Eye of Zinch thing, whatever
yeah.
it is, it floats there. Yeah.
Just D3
Mhm.
mortals to a unit, and if I kill a model, I can set up spawn up in reserve and combat that unit, so I can prevent units from moving, charging. It gets super cheeky. And then it has another unlimited spell. It just adds burning just as D3 mortals. I have the big chicken, Foghorn Leghorn himself,
Hmm.
Fate
Hmm.
Weaver. He
I
has that
said, boy, you
cheeky.
ain't
I
cast a
said,
spell.
I said. I can do the battle tactics twice in the same game, so it's super cheeky. Two blocks of 20 blues and brims.
Just
Just
impossible chew
you're
through.
not gonna get through all of them. Unit of pinks.
I have another horror.
Uh, then I have a Lord of Change with the Baleful Sword just for the melee. The Illusionist, so he gets -1 to hit if you're in combat with him, in addition to his -1 hit 12-inch aura. So it's pretty hard to break through them.
Yep.
99 Tome, which gives +1 to cast and unbind, which is big. The Chaos Spawn for the spell, which a lot of time I deploy him on the board just to kind of do cheeky tactics, and then just get him killed and then start casting him at people.
Mhm.
Flamers, which just shoot the shit out of things. They're usually my other tactic unit, then another unit of horrors for my Death Star.
So fun.
Uh this army is just unfun to play against. It's very cheeky.
Mhm.
Um, I can teleport units around with my spells. I can auto charge things with my fate dice. I'm denying tactics a lot of the time by counter doing 12-inch counter charges, teleporting on objectives. Just yeah, it's teleporting units out of combat that are in combat. It's yeah, it's unfun.
Yeah. It won't go away. It just
Yeah.
won't go away.
It's not
Yeah.
easy to play though. I will say
Yep.
that. It
It's
is
it's
very
very
tedious.
unforgiving of mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Like you
Very
set
techy
up
army.
and like this to me is like a deployment army. Like you can lose in deployment if you play it wrong.
Yeah. If you
Mhm.
bring
Yeah.
this list to a tournament, uh
Mhm.
have a good back, have a good posture because you're gonna be leaning over the table a lot, picking up horrors,
Yeah.
rolling for blues, going to brims and stuff. It's a lot of this is a
Mhm.
very big 5-turn army. It's very tedious.
I
Yeah.
imagine so, but also probably feels like inevitable and sort of unstoppable when it's working.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I
And
enjoy it.
I feel like everybody should go into a list that like this at least once so that you can know that killing units isn't going to win you games, because this is
Yep.
the one list that will teach you that, among others,
Mhm.
but this is the definitive list. Yeah,
It's a fun
I don't
list.
want to
Good.
fight it. You can maybe I'll submarine and you can just go have your fun.
Mhm.
And then we got Jamie. We got Jameson.
Jameson. I played Jameson
Um,
last tournament. The
Oh, that's
Lovely
funny.
great
fellow.
guy.
All right.
So
Oh
much
yeah.
fun to play. Stay mad, die
Doesn't
matter.
matter. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
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 I guess per the Seraphon walkthroughs, Alex, you wanna take this away, considering it was also your game?
Another Sunclaw Star host,
Another
though.
Sunclaw. Yeah, this is
Mhm.
less typical Seraphon list. He only has the one cast from the Skink Oracle and Troglodon. Um, but that guy,
Hmm.
he's unrendable. He's very hard to kill.
Yeah.
Has a
Hmm.
very good rampage. He's very spiky. He
Mm-hmm.
can I I'm not a huge fan of him, but I understand why Jameson takes him. He's very good. And then he has the two hunters for tactics, two units, mini units of Croxigar. Which I
Okay.
can understand why you split them, to kind of do like mid flanks around his next regiment, which is he has the Saurus Scar Veteran on Agrodon, which is
Yep.
the
Hmm.
really cool new model from the last release of the guy, like
Yeah.
the Croxa guy on the
Yeah, looks like
Raptor.
he's in a yoga pose. Like
Yeah.
the Agrodon is in a yoga pose.
And then he has the double units of reinforced Agrodon Lancers, which are just scary.
Mm-hmm.
Which he is
Yep.
running up the unit those with the Scar Veteran so he can give them buffs. Source Warrior or the Source Astroloth Banner Bearer to give his units ward saves. I will
Hmm.
say, of all the million ward saves I made him take in our grindy ass game, he made like 4 or 5 of them, those 6-ups,
Oh.
which it didn't really do much, but it was yeah. This is a very big alpha list. It's not bad. He couldn't break through the wall of the horror wall. He came in, did
Yeah.
a lot, but he was -1 to hit, -1 to wound on everything. Um, it was just brutal.
Well, in that
Hmm.
situation, like he does at least have a list that has speed to get around to play more of the objective game, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And like it's outside of the outside of the Croxagore being split up. Like if he was using the Lancers for fight two, nobody dies. That's an easy one against some of your blues. He could, yeah. I mean, it's not. I Nobody wants to play your list, Alex. I'm sorry.
He played this army very well, and
Yeah,
Jameson was
he's
a blast to play.
really good. He was actually telling me about the dart pipes. Why, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very good.
Mhm.
yeah. Um. All right. Francesco Baiocco. Is that right? Did I say that right? Yeah.
I
Maybe.
mean,
Yep.
maybe
I speak
Bianco.
36 languages and they're all English.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, he's the
Rocco, like,
Sons
I have
of
Rocco in my
Behemoth
name. I'm
player.
saying. Oh, he's Gargants.
Love it. All right. So he's got Breaker Tribe and Primal Energy. Hey, we finally saw something
Me,
other than
Michi.
Forbidden, eh?
Here we go.
Good for
Not
healing,
alone.
which is probably going to be super needed, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's got a War Stomper with a Glowy Lantern, uh, Beast Smasher Mega Gargant. That's in the General's Regiment, and it's got Monstrously Tough, which I think, what is that? +1 to save, right?
Mhm.
This is the extra 5 wounds.
It could be. Um, it's like, I also only speak English, not Gargant. Um,
I
his
can look
next
it up.
regiment is a Kraken Eater and a Man Crusher. Looks like a
Mhm.
single Man Crusher.
Hmm.
And then he's actually interesting. Got a regiment of renown. He's got Braggott's Bottle Snatches. So it's a Gabapalooza, Rabble Rouser, Squig Herd, and Squig Hoppas, which I actually don't know the special rules for these little dinguses.
They can
Monstrously
teleport. They
tough.
can deep strike.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Monstrously
There's
tough is 40 wounds instead of 35, by the way.
That's
Oh, that's
so
nice.
gross. I hate it,
this
especially
is a
on Star
lot of
Strike.
wounds and a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He
really interesting.
he can shove all three of those down your throat, and the Gabapalooza or the Braggott's bottle, however you say it, the rabble rouser one.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That's a lot of that's 4 units in that squad for 490. You're getting a bargain with Gabapalooza.
Yep.
Um,
Mhm.
that's all his units he needs for primary. When he can just focus on his 3 Gargants going down, rushing your opponent, and then he has the Man Crusher too.
Yep.
Kind of
And
erases the normal challenge of playing Gargants.
Yeah, it
the
really
Squig
does.
Hoppers keep their mortals, so and they're
Mhm.
faster. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's good. Looks scary.
All right. Good stuff, Francesco. What do we got next?
Yeah.
Kaite, what's up, Kaite? Um, who wants to
Manny's
take this
Ale
one?
Draft.
A little
I'll
more
take
Soul
it.
Blight.
I'll
You
take it
got it.
because I'm going to give it a
Oh,
thumbs
no.
up for one very important reason.
Oh, I
How
know
many
why.
Vargas? More than
So-
All right,
3?
guys.
So we got Manny's Ale Draft, huh? I don't know. What do we give that? One thumb up? I think we give that one
It's a
thumb up.
pale ale, but we
Yeah.
get there.
I think it's
So
good.
he's rolling with another primal. Hey, look at that.
Mhm.
Lore of
Yeah.
Undeath. And Bacchanal Blood, which love it.
Mm-hmm.
General's Reg is Manfred. I'm telling everybody, you're sleeping on Neffy, man.
Well, this is the
Um,
old book.
Yeah.
even in old book, she was really good.
Nephew's always
Maybe a
fun.
little bit over costed, to be honest. 2 units of reinforced Graveguard, which gross, with a White King who has the Amulet of Screams and Lash of the Sire.
Mhm.
So we know that Amulet of Screams is just going to be there to say screw you if you're throwing a spell out with an 18 on my little blob of Graveguard. I'm going to throw some mortals at you, and then I'm going to push 1 unit up at a time of the Graveguard, and there's my blob, right?
Mhm.
And then I'll make one of them fight.
Makes
But
sense.
the reason this is the best list so far is it's got a reinforced unit of Vargas in there as well in that General's Reg. Beautiful.
this
Love it.
this is a list where, like, if it was talking trash and going toe to toe with the other Soul Blade Graveyard list, it could say it is twice the Bargeist player that those lists ever were.
Mhm. Yeah,
Awfully and honestly.
love it. Kaite wins the tournament. As a
100%.
TO, I can say this. The second regiment, and it's interesting, this is a 2-drop, which is kind of nice, is
Mhm.
Vampire Lord, a reinforced Death Rattle Skeletons. So another big blob.
Yep.
Dire Wolves and Fellbats. So he's got his screens, he's got objective grabbing. And just there's a lot of death in 40 Graveguard. Jeez.
A lot of bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, good solid list. I do like again, he's actually got some power coming out of the bar guys if he really wants him to.
Mhm.
There's no real thing that you can kill to take this list down, essentially, right? There's not a one-stop kill 'em all shop. Like
Mhm.
Manfred's
Mhm.
great,
Nah,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
the rest of this, like, it can do all the work on its own, especially with the recursion. I like it.
Petty's very excited for the new book. I know that.
Oh, that's good.
It very much did not change any of my lists, which is hilarious. Oh, who's this fellow?
Oh, I know
Beast
that
of
It's
name.
Chaos.
me,
Beast of Chaos.
the random TO player, who
Interesting.
took the buy. So
Mhm.
Interesting.
I was not here to disappoint. So I took the Thunderscorn Storm Herd from Beast of Chaos. It is a
Nice.
2-drop list, Lore of the Twisted Wilds, and then Twilight Sorceries. Because
Mm.
one of the things I love doing is
That's the
reducing your
Geminids
movement
one, right?
and the mirror.
Yep.
And the mirror.
I love reducing your move from afar with some of my spelly spells. So The rest of this is General's Regiment, a Shoggoth with a Brave Blast Trumpet and Death Grip, who's the general, 2 units of reinforced Dragon Ogres, and 2 units of unreinforced Dragon Ogres, just your willy
So
nilly
many.
Dragon Ogres, if you will. And then second regiment was a Shaggoth, another unit of Dragon Ogres, and 2 Razor Gores. So
Razor Gores, you say?
Yeah.
Objectives.
Objectives, you know, if I want, they're actually pretty decent on the charge, and especially mid to late game.
Yeah.
The hilarious thing about them is, first off, I've got 4 and up magic denial for everything from the Shaggoths if I really need. And then with the Razor Gore, the reason they're in there is because they're super cheap. If I do want to bring one back, actually, I don't think I can do that. But Dragon Ogre
Are
is
they
really
the
just to bring
cheapest
them
unit
up.
in the game at 70 points?
No, I think there's another unit that's 70 points as well, but
The
they
spawn are
are
60.
3 damage on the charge.
Oh yeah, spawner 60.
Which is super good for just hunting anything in the backfield.
Yeah.
And then this is just, I set my terrain up as far as I can, stick 2 units, 3 units of Dragon Ogres surrounding it, say charge at me, so I can try and make you strike last with an overlapped unit of Dragon Ogres, because each one of them on a 4 and up will make them fight first. So not exactly strike last, but then I'm just going to throw an insane amount of attacks into you. Probably have enough wounds to survive unless you're Varangard. But at that point, I've started the game, everything is wrapped. So there's at least 3 units in combat with you, no matter where you're at. One of those is going to be 30 wounds to chew through. The other one's going to be 30 wounds to chew through. And then each individual unit is going to be 15 wounds to chew through.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Each of those you hit, potential to strike first if you charge. And then the Shaggoth heals them. They heal. He'll reduce your movement if, let's say, you're some sort of horse riding meme list that seems to be out there, which hilariously we haven't run into in these lists yet. So reduce your movement by half from the spell, and just be kind of a come at me, let me heal up, throw some mortals while you're in combat with me, and I will slowly beat the ever living crap out of you.
I love it, man. The Drogors are real. This is their day.
Yeah.
I'm so happy this army's going away.
Yeah, and that's not even with me actually choosing to ambush with any of it, right? So this army is designed to start on the table entirely if I wanted to, and then ambush if I feel like I want to. Yeah, I love it. Dragon Ogres, always amazing. Love them.
Yep.
So fun. There's a couple left now, guys. Let's bring it home with Anthony Bartolone's Slaves to Darkness.
Is this? There we go.
This
is typical.
This is what I made this list for.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah, who's going to take
one of
this
you Chaos players take
I think this is a Jack list.
Yeah, and Anthony and I had a fun time kind of skirmish playing around this one the other day.
Okay.
So it's fun. It's a slight variation on one of the more, kind of common things you hear, but it's or for like Slaves to Darkness list, but it's not that list, which makes it kind of neat. So it's Chaos, Slaves to Darkness, Godwrath Warband, 1 drop, Lord of the Damned, and Morbid Conjuration, the General's Regiment, which is the only regiment. You got Bellicor, Reinforced Chaos Knights with the Dread Banner, the Dark Oath Wilderfiend, Eternus, and of course everyone's favorite reinforced unit of Baron Guard. So kind of wants to get up there, do the hammer scalpel thing, but it just has some interesting sort of elements in the choice of having the Wilderfiend and Eternus.
Yeah.
And Chaos Knights as the reinforced unit rather than like Chosen or something like that. So I think it trades sort of like just all hammers to having like the mobile anvil. You can pan, you can shut down the commands, kind of like gum up function of the Chaos Knights, and it's pretty fast. So real fun. I'm also a huge Wilder Fiend fan, so he can lurk off the side and do his thing like you want. So it's a little bit more flexible, maybe grab a tactic,
I like
and
it.
surviving a clapback, and if you just had some Furies.
I this to me seems like so much more fun. Like this is probably the only iteration of a Bellacore list that I would
Hmm.
play, right? Unless it was like something that I've never seen anybody else do, which is an all horde Bellacore list, which should be a lot of fun in theory for me because it's
Hmm.
dumb. But this actually has kind of enough teeth to get through it, right? I
Yeah.
I I, I love that he's got the mobile anvil, right? And power through makes them more than just a sit and take it. So I don't know. I like it.
100%.
Solid. It's good.
100%.
Yeah.
Real fun.
Anthony's a
And
really nice guy.
yeah, he's awesome. We had a real fun time though. It was like when we were playing like just a kind of TTS fun game. They the whole thing just would break on us, but eventually we had a really good old result with it. Eternus is such a neat
Uh,
include in that particular list, just because there's
Yeah.
so much anti-command, and of course he can come back, with like peanut butter and jelly
This
with
list is the best
Bellicor.
list.
Elijah's here. Oh, let's look at it.
my
My
cabbages.
cabbages,
Alex,
my
this is all you.
cabbages. Yeah, describe
You
this.
tell
I
us how
popped
amazing
into
this
I
is.
I casually just like came home from work and these guys were streaming and I walked in. I was like,
Hmm.
oh my God. This Iron Jaws is Iron Fist. So this is Gorjak Gorgruntas, which is three pigs, a
Mhm.
Mega Boss on Maw Crusher, with the Trophy of Skulls, a Mega Boss on Maw Crusher with Eye for the Flight, another Mega Boss on Maw Crusher, and wait for it, another Mega Boss on Maw Crusher.
So
I love
Crazy.
it.
the question here is, can he get two prize beasts?
He
No,
can't
because
get any.
they're heroes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what does he do with those two
This list
choices?
does not care. It is five cabbages.
Yep.
Cabbage Patch.
I this is just an alpha fun list. I imagine you give bodyguard to your Gorgrentas, if anything,
Yeah.
in case someone tries to re-alpha you. I popped
Okay.
in on their game and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I think Elijah took first turn, moved up with his cabbages, got ready to charge, and then Anthony like countercharged some Vanguard, and it's like, oh, this is looking real bad for Elijah. And I went and made dinner, came back like an hour later, and like these cabbages fought back. Like it was like
Hmm.
clawing back, and it was real neck and neck.
Nice.
Hey, those 3-and-up saves, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty
Iron Jaws
scary.
going to 3-and-up saves is
Sometimes you
what
smash, sometimes you bash.
what they needed.
It's true.
Yep.
The last
Oh
two.
man,
More
looks
Seraphon. Will it
more
be
Seraphon.
Christopher Hernandez? What do you got? Ooh,
Shadow
Shadow
Strike this
Strike
time.
Staros.
All right.
We went from the sun to the shadows. All right. What we got
This is
here?
a
And
very good
yet,
list.
we do. I guess I'll take it.
You
With the
go
Go for
for
Shadow
it.
it.
Strike Star Host list, we have Morbid Conjuration again, two drops, a Salon Star Master instead of Croak, is the General with the Codal Familiar and the Beastmaster. Double reinforced Agrodon Lancers, a reinforced unit of Croxagore, and the second regiment. We got you know him, you love him, the Skink Starseer, and two units of Hunters of Hauchi, one with dart pipes, one with bolas, and then a unit of Terror Wings to get in there to make this a on the nose 2,000 point list. Um,
Chris is a very good player, teammate of mine.
okay.
Won California Masters. Uh, plays at Worlds. Very, very good Lizard player.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And you doubling up on the Lancer threats.
It's just
Big
three
blow
big
pop.
hammers, and he's just gonna
Yeah.
send it.
And
And
Terra
that
Wings.
Yeah. Yeah, the Terror Wings pushing over the edge for sure,
Yeah.
Matt.
I
But
can see just with the Shadow Strike too, just being just a little scary and weird to deal with because of that ability, right? Where in the shielding phase, you can just have up to 3 of your skank, like, or rider units, like cavalry units, to start moving.
Mhm.
So a little bit of wonkiness there with movement shenanigans.
It's good. Very good.
Yeah, but also 70 points. So fighting for the tie for the angry pigs from the Beastman side for lowest
Indeed.
cost. Oh,
Bring
we
us
have
to the
another
end.
Sons of Behemoth player in
Kevin
Kevin Richardson.
Richardson.
All right.
What do we got? Broad,
Oh,
Ooh.
the
broad.
Breaker Tribe,
Mhm.
with a War Stomper Mega Gargant, I guess, in his regiment.
That's his
And
price
Kragnos. I love it.
Oh, and the
The
Hurtling Hogs.
Hurtling
The
Hogs.
Hurtling
This
Hogs.
is exactly
My
what
God.
it felt almost exactly what I ran into. Yes, this is exactly what I ran into this weekend on Star Strike, and I hated my life. This is
That's the double big pig reg, right?
yeah, and they're really good. It's a really good regiment, especially in this list because they have that reach out and tap, and then Kragnos just makes them reach out and tap
Yep.
super hard. Yeah, this is solid, and it's a little bit more techy than I expected it to be, just because the amount of like little special abilities that Sons of Behemoth have. You can do a lot more than you expect with this list, or that I
Yeah.
expect from just looking at it. It's going to struggle on board control unless you're playing Star Strike. Just saying.
I watched Mason play against this with all of his wolves cavalry, and he overwhelmed this list. It was funny.
Yeah.
That's amusing.
Yeah, that is a lot. He's throwing a lot of attacks at it, huh? Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Death by 1,000 cuts, I could definitely see. Yeah.
Oh, this
Well,
is
that
so
was fun. Good lists.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Everyone's bringing heat. There's
we
so
made it
many
through.
lizard players.
So many.
A lot of
So many.
Seraphon. A lot of Seraphon. A whole bunch of people doing the last gasp. No pun intended, for the Soul Blight. Where they rise once again with the new book. And just neat stuff. Yeah. That's I like what you did there, Alex.
Yeah, very, very excellent. This tournament has been very interesting so far. I don't think I've seen so much people have so many fun on the interwebs.
Been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Enjoyable closing in the end of round 1. Then we'll be, off to, further developments there. But it's really cool to see what this concept's brought to life. And I think it's been a great experience all around. Hopefully this episode will be a fun spotlight on people kind of trotting out these ideas, and we'll see what comes of it.
And if we got your list wrong, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With
If
7 words or more.
Yeah.
And then like
write a strongly worded letter.
Yeah, within the Discord.
You can write it in the Discord after you join the Patreon. Really get those hate views in. The hate.
100%, 100%. If you were offended,
if you're mad that I called Matt a welcome Matt earlier in the episode.
In the Discord, yeah, definitely.
Get in there.
Subscribe
and like this video as
well.
well.
And if you feel strongly there's not enough of these lists had bots, and there are too many gods or similar things, you absolutely should go visit the store link and purchase the brand new Bods Not Gods hoodie and hat. They're a cool combo. But yeah, honestly, guys, this is fun.
That was fun.
And I'm excited to have a chance to do this one. So thanks everyone for participating in this tournament who brought these lists to life, and looking forward to seeing some more great games here. And everyone out there in listenership, if you're interested in maybe joining for the next one, we're going to keep doing these. They've been real fun, real great way to get some awesome practice in and have this slow roll RTTs.
Yep.
So, look out for the next occasion to come and join.
Love it.
I hear it.
Oh no. Matt, what do you hear? Is it a Vargeist? Are they coming for you?
The last word?
We've reached a good place for the last word. Good job, Canada.
Hello, everybody. It is Rocco, your boy, coming at you once again with another Always Strikes Last promo. That's right. Ring that bell. Leave a like, a subscribe. on whatever platform you're listening to us on, be it YouTube, be it Podbean, whatever you got these days, so you can keep up to date. Don't forget, we have a Patreon if you want to give us a thank you for all the stuff we put out. That gets you into our member-exclusive Discord. And if you want to be an even bigger supporter, we've got a merch store.